Christmas, everybody. Pastor Sam here on BC Kids Main Street Lane, where we have snow and lights and Christmas trees and toy shops and all the fun things for Christmas. I am so glad to be coming to you for this week's update because I've got a lot to share, and so we're going to try to keep it short and sweet. Are you ready? Here we go. So first and foremost, let me take a moment to share with you how much we've appreciated serving with you this past fall and winter semester. It has been really exciting. Lots of things going on, continuing to see lots of kids come, and we so appreciate what you do for us each and every week, and that is invest in these kids with all of your heart and soul. And so we want to appreciate you this Sunday, December 17th, by having a coffee and donut bar in room 219 right over here. I'm seeing right down this lane, and so we'd love for you to stop by, grab some special coffee and a donut for yourself, maybe hang out for a minute with some other volunteers in between classes, and just enjoy this appreciation. We love you all so much. We love the sacrifices that your families make as well. So thank you so much for giving to Bear Creek Kids. Another thing I want to share is that I was watching today something from this group called Access, and they support and teach parents how to be the best parents. They give them tools, especially if their kids are students like middle or high school. And I'm going to include the video in our comments today because it's really cool, and you might be able to use the subject matter as a talking point for your class in the future. It actually references someone called Taylor Swift, I think. Are you a Swiftie? I don't know. Maybe you're like, Taylor who? I don't know. That's okay. Whether you are a Swiftie or you're not and you have no clue, this video could be really informative, especially in your class, and it could be a cool talking point. But in the video, it references something that really goes along with this holiday season. You know, a lot of times this holiday season is a happy time, a joyful time for a lot of folks. But sometimes, as I've recently experienced while ministering with other families, it's a tough time too. I've been doing a number of funerals lately, and gosh, especially there was a friend of my daughter's who passed away. A friend of my daughter, and she's 11. This 11-year-old girl passed away, and it just breaks my heart. Going to the funeral and being asked to pray during this funeral was extremely hard for me. I couldn't put myself in the family's position. I wouldn't want to imagine that, but I was there, and so I got to experience that, and don't wish that on anyone. But you know, it just reminds me something from Scripture, and I'm going to share that with you in just a second, is that if you experience rough things, bad things, they're going to speak fairly loud in your life, at least for a short time. So when God gives you great things, make those great things louder. And I want to reference 1 Samuel chapter 7, where, I don't know if you know the song, but it's Come Thou Fount. There's a line in that talks about an Ebenezer, not Ebenezer Scrooge, but an Ebenezer, a stone, an altar, if you will. And verse 12 says this: the prophet Samuel took a stone and set it between Mizpah and Sin, and named it Ebenezer, saying, thus far the Lord has helped us. You see that the Israelites were in between battles with the Philistines. They were searching for a new king. They were in all of these troubles, but God was still with them. And you know, no matter how tough a situation is, no matter the time of year, we're going to go through circumstances, through storms, and it will be tough. Sometimes tougher than other times. But the Lord is with us, and we have to remember that. For our own sakes, for our sanity, for our family, for those around us who are watching us because we say we're believers in Jesus, we want to know, does Jesus really exist, and how does he affect your life? Well, that's how they did it. They remembered. So take an opportunity to make your own Ebenezer. Take a stone, take a photo, take a selfie, just to remember how God, or write in a journal, or just to remember how God is working in your life in the tough times, and especially in the good times. Okay, now on to our announcements. First and foremost, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday is Christmas Eve. We are less than 2 weeks away. And on Christmas Eve, we will have 3 services here in Bear Creek Church. We will also have a special event in Bear Creek Kids called The Star, or Journey to the Star. And that's where we need your help. If you're here and you're experiencing the Christmas Eve service, we would love for you to help us one service to come hang out upstairs with some kids. Now, it's going to be an easy service. The teaching will be done by myself and a film called The Star. We're also going to be providing some craft activities and some giveaways. It's going to be a really neat opportunity, but we would love to encourage kids to come up and be a part of that. We'd also love to encourage you to be a part of that as well. So if you can, maybe worship one and then serve one, that would help us immensely. We need about 10 people for each service, the 9:30 a.m., the 11 a.m., and the 5 p.m. So just let us know. We'll be sending out a sign up, and please click on that and sign up. Even if you already have, we've had to make some adjustments, so go ahead and re-sign up if you've already signed up for that, and let us know. Also, the 31st, that is I'm about to say Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, and we will be doing a modified service where we're all in the den, and we'll be doing some group activities, and rotations in the den. To where we're all together, and so it'll be a modified service as we've done in the past, a little subdued because I'm sure people will be on a vacation or traveling back and forth. So we'd love to see you if you are in town. We'd love to have you here, but no groups that day, okay? And then lastly, of course, I want to remind you of January 14th, which is our leader training for mid-year, and it's really important that you attend if you're in town. We would love to see you here. We're going to have a box lunch right after the church services that day. And so we're going to be talking about what we'll be teaching in February and getting ready for Easter, of course. But February is super important with our First Things First initiative that I've shared with you, or Pastor David shared with you before. Also, January 28th is super important because that will be the vision gathering for this First Things First initiative from Pastor David, and we want all of you to be a part of that, whether you're a student leader or an adult leader. We want all of you to be a part of that. So everyone from greeters to security to classroom leaders to worship leaders, praise team, behind the scenes, everybody needs to be at those two meetings. We would love to have you here for that so we can walk through those things with you. Well, that's it for today. Thank you all so much for joining me. I will see you this Sunday. Remember, coffee and donut bar for you. And we can't wait to appreciate you and continue to celebrate the Christmas holidays.